Hello, all. Welcome to our live session today. As we do it on every Friday, we speak to one woman entrepreneur and she talks about her journey on her professional as well as her personal front. And along with that, we will talk about her travel experiences, travel stories, and lessons learned from travel related industry. So let's welcome Bhavini today. Bhavini is based in Ahmedabad. So I would really like to welcome Bhavini Mehta. Hello, Bhavini. How are you? Welcome to our
I
show.
I am doing great. Thank you so much for having me, and it's so good to see you and talk to you again.
Yes, I'm also really enjoying that. Yes, you have accepted my invitation, and thank you for being my guest today. And I'm sure with when we come across listening to you all about your journey and experiences, many women like you and me will get inspired from these stories. So welcome live, welcome now. And Bhavini, share something about you, how you all started, what all you have worked, and what exactly are you doing now?
Okay, that's a big question. So I started 11 years ago with my first company, which is called Infinity Business Solutions. I've had many failed business before that, but let's
Okay.
just talk about the successes, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I started Infinity Business Solution as a small virtual assistant company, which grew to becoming one of the most amazing and one of the biggest virtual assistant company in India. Apart from that, we ventured into tech, so we are into customized software solutions as well. 3 years ago, I decided to give my passion baby a go, and I started this publishing company because I'm really inclined towards
Great.
books and anything to do with books. So then came Outliers Publishing, which is a publishing company, one of its kind.
Okay.
And yeah, so it's a startup. We have received a lot of awards for it. We have been featured at the Frankfurt Book Fair,
Yes.
multiple bestsellers in our best-selling feathers in our cap. So that's what I do. On the
Ye-
work front. On the personal front, I have two major hobbies: traveling and reading.
Yes.
That's really
I can see both on your Facebook and on your social media that you keep updating it. And I'm happy to know about that. That is why I got inspired. Yes, you can certainly be my guest one day. And that day is today now. So tell me more about it. What exactly do you do in your publishing company?
So we focus on publishing all the new authors, first time authors, because there's a lot of material that does not see the light of the day. Since
Right.
publishers don't want to get involved in new authors because they don't know how it will go down, and it requires a lot of investments in terms of time and money to
Right.
get a book. So we started this startup with our sole focus on giving a voice to these unpublished authors. Writers who want to take up their writing as their profession, because otherwise they just do it on the side.
Correct.
So yeah, that's the main intention with which we started Outliers Publishing Company.
That's nice. That's nice because even the young and amateur writers do need some platform, and people like you, if you are supporting them, it's a real big thing, and they really must be getting inspired with all your support and everything. That's nice of you, Bhavini. It's really great.
Thank you.
So just 2 years back, I think almost 2 years now that you have traveled to Nepal with our services. So share some experience about that. How was it? And I really want to uh, know more about it. And maybe our followers will also love to enjoy that.
Honestly, I go for one solo trip every year,
That's
which
great.
is very close to nature. No luxury, just activity kind of trip. Which is usually 1 week to 10 days kind of trip, and close to nature, either mountains or beaches, something like that. And Nepal happened to be one of those trips. That's the trip that I really look forward to every year, because that's when I feel when I come back as a different person. I
Correct.
feel that I have learned majority of learning. I would kind of I feel it came from traveling, meeting different people, meeting people from different cultures, different
Yes.
backgrounds. The way they think is different, the way they kind of take certain things is different. So you really, it widens your horizons. It
Right.
changes the way you look at the world. So that has really contributed a lot towards what I am today.
Yes.
Nepal was one of the most amazing trips, and if time permits, I would really love to share an anecdote from my entire trip. Like every day was amazing, but the best day was at Pokhara.
Okay.
So so Pokhara, we did not know much about Pokhara. So we relied, you remember how it was, right? We relied on New Year's because we don't know, we haven't been there. And it was this busy time of the year. And you are like, let's just let Priyanka do it and we'll just go flow. And we did not expect anything that we did not expect it at Pokhara that we saw. The day we landed there was the night of Shivratri.
Oh,
Now, I
yes.
did not know till then Shivratri is big in Nepal,
Big
right?
in
So we
Nepal.
saw all those DJs playing Shiv Tanda with people having weed and dancing like it was entire street of Pokhara was like a disco, floor, and
Correct.
that Tanda is, with all those speakers and beats and drums and live, and it was mind blowing. It was far from what we had expected it to be, right? So that was an amazing experience. The next day morning, which you had planned a trek for us. There
Yes.
was a hill trek. It
Correct.
started from hill number, like Pokhara is like it's like a pond in between, a big lake in between, which is almost like a river, and there are hills around it, right? So we
Correct.
started from hill number one. We climbed up, we climbed down, we climbed to hill number two, number
Wow.
three, we climbed number three. From the hill number three, we took a boat to come back to a starting point.
Correct.
So this entire journey took us like 7 hours, but by
Full
the
day.
end of we were amazing.
Yes.
We loved it. The weather was amazing. It started drizzling when we were boating in the lake. The most amazing thing is I was with Joanne. Then our tour guide was a girl, and the person and the female who was rowing our boat was also a female. So it
Yes.
was like an all-out gang, and we clicked. It was mind blowing. One of the best treks of my life, I would say. I've
And
gone to many, but this was one of the best treks of my life.
I'm so happy to know that you really enjoyed that trek. It must be an amazing trip that you can, you are reliving it again by.
Oh, whenever somebody talks about treks and they're sharing their experiences, this is the one that I share with people. That's
Oh,
mind
that's
blowing.
good.
And then we came back in a boat and it was raining and it was dizzy and foggy.
You went for a biking also on one of the days.
Yeah, so we went for trekking, we went for biking. So these are the kind of activities I like in my solo trips, because then I forget about everything else, work,
Correct.
and you just rejuvenate. You're close to nature. You're working out. You're using
Correct.
all your energy, and then you're dead tired before you sleep.
That's true. Yeah,
It's
I'm
so
in
amazing.
touch with Joanne also, and she is also quite an inspiring lady, and she keeps doing a lot of work. And she was, I was trying to understand more about what is happening in China these days, as she's based in Shanghai. So
Yeah.
that's nice to know about her as well. You only introduced me to her, so it was nice
Yeah, so
knowing.
Joanne and I met at a business conference wherein
Okay.
we shared the same room for 6 days, and that's how we became friends, right? And
Yes.
we realized that I'm very picky about who I want to travel with, and that's the
Correct.
reason I picked so.
Very
But
true.
we clicked really well, and we were like, okay, we should plan our next trip. That's the time when she was moving to China, right?
Correct.
We wanted to freeze a place which is between India and China, and we landed on Nepal.
It is.
So that's how we came to you. Like we want anything between India and China.
That's
We
great.
became friends. And I think this Nepal trip really sealed the bond for us.
Yes.
And I think we're friends for life now.
Yes, of course, yes. She is a very gem of a person. Yeah, so I'm really thrilled to know so much about you and your experiences to Nepal. Share some other experience, what you would like to remember when you talk about holiday, any good experience or something very off track which has happened with you in some other trip, some other time, which was maybe something very horrifying or disastrous or something very out of the blue, it happened, something exclusive with you.
Honestly, all my travel experience have been really pleasant. Even if things that would have people would consider it as bad, I really see the brighter side into it, because
That's
travel by
important.
itself is meditation for me.
Correct.
So last year I went to a similar solo trip to Bhutan, and
Okay.
there was a time when they had closed down the borders of Chelela, and I mean we could not go to Chelela Pass, we could not
Okay.
go to the bridge, what is the suspended bridge, right?
Okay.
So like, okay, suspended bridge is something that we so look forward to,
Correct.
like you think about Bhutan and you think about that bridge with all the flags and everything. I was like,
Correct.
okay, we want to go, kind of, so the person who arranged it for us, we kind of made his life hell. Oh, please try it. But that was not in his hands, right? We had to wait for the permit.
Sometimes yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So it did not work out, and then we were like, okay, let's go to Chalela, and we stop by. Now that we have a day extra, we can stop by. So it's like, okay, if you decide, whatever change you want to go for, I'm willing to offer. And we passed from a river which had a similar bridge. Okay, of course, not as long. It was a
Okay.
short bridge, but when you see pictures, you would not know. Okay,
Oh,
and
really?
it was there's so many suspended bridges there, right,
Correct.
on the river,
Correct.
small bridges. But this one was kind of, we had to walk down like 500 meters. We could see it, from the highway. Then we walked down. We went there, and I really realized in that moment that maybe the other suspended bridge, which was a tourist destination, would have so many people. This was all
It
empty,
is
all
all
for us.
yours.
Yes, and we spent like 2 hours there, clicking
Okay.
all sorts of pictures that we had in our mind, and like, because it was a trip with all other, strangers, we ended up becoming friends, and that's one
Okay.
of the perks. Right? When you solo travel, you make so many friends from different
Yes.
places.
Correct.
So
Correct.
yeah,
That's
that is
nice.
again something I would say was amazing.
That's nice. That's nice. So I'm really happy that you go for a solo trip and you will really, accept and understand the importance of solo trips. Since I also organize a lot of solo trips for especially for women because it really helps them to come out of their natural self. Otherwise, when a lady travels, she's always whenever she travels with a family. Of course, one should travel with a family also. That helps in bonding with your family members. But sometimes, yes, I do feel and I encourage a lot of ladies and women to travel on a solo trip for this purpose only because they come out on their self and it helps them to have their own confidence.
Yeah, it's
They
something
become
that you can't put in words unless
right.
you experience it yourself, right? So
Correct.
for me, trips are important. So I have one
Yes.
family trip, one solo trip a year, one girls trip a year. So we have this plan where we go
Yes.
just for a weekend or a long weekend,
Correct.
and it kind of freshens you up, because
Freshens you
we
up.
are
Yes.
working like 12 hours, 14 hours a day. You really need that kind of breaks,
Very
that
true.
kind of brings the energy back,
Yes.
wherein you don't have to worry about things. So yeah, I
Yes.
am a big, big promoter of all kinds of trips. Maybe whatever works for you. If it's difficult for you to go for a solo trip, you might want to break the barrier of going on all women's trip or something like that.
Correct. Correct.
Even without that, even if a family trip is all that you can manage, just go for it. I feel
Just go for.
traveling is something
Yes.
that
So
changes things.
yeah, it's going on a holiday or going on a trip. It's just not about the status symbol or just to have the stamps on your passport or just to show it on your social media. But it really helps you to have a great experience and a learning experience whenever you travel. Whether you go for a short weekends or to a long distance road drive, or naturally if you travel far away places for long hours, long days, that's also. But yes, one must travel to get a variety of experience and your horizon increases, your perception changes, you come to know about so many things when you are, the journey itself is so beautiful that reaching a
One of
destination is not so important. So
one of the best trips and memories in my life are from the backpack, low budget trips that I have done.
correct, correct,
So
correct, that is nice.
otherwise everything is planned for you, right?
Correct, that's true. So both has their own goods and bads, and you sometimes like to have nothing organized, nothing planned, but sometimes you want to because you want to explore everything in a most natural way. Whatever comes in your way, you are ready to accept that. Sometimes you just want to be relaxed and you don't want to take any hassle, any stress, because already there is so much of stress in your day-to-day work life that you want everything to be planned and organized, and then you feel everything should just go smooth and everything should be ready and fine with you. So both ways, it's important, and certainly we at Memories Worldwide can curate and design all such kind of tours, whether it's for short duration or long duration. So just
Brilliant.
for my, yeah, so this is what I would like to share with all the followers and all the listeners here. Yes, with my more than 20 years of work experience in this industry, working for various corporate companies, at one point of time, few years back, I decided that now I should start my own company, and this is how Memories Worldwide came into existence, and I started my own company. So when I was thinking of yes, I should launch, that was a time I decided that yes, I should have a niche for myself. And with so many women colleagues, they used to encourage me, ki, do women tours, start doing women tours, because that is a need of an hour, and it will really give a lot of encouragement and confidence of women, because they always travel as wives, as mothers. They don't have the confidence of traveling on their own. Or the young mothers, when their husbands are busy with their work, or they are posted out, they are on already on a foreign trip, they are posted maybe defense personals, or they are abroad, or they are on ship. So what about all those women, even they would like to go on a holiday, but they don't have the confidence on traveling. So we understand all those things, and we thought, yes, this is the right time, and we can encourage and take care of such people. So this is how we take care of such trips, and we organize all such tours for them. And as and when possible, I do organize a lot of women tours, whether sometimes it is for a shorter duration, sometimes it is for a longer duration, sometimes it is to a religious place, sometimes to a Mauritius also I have taken a tour to, or there's an
Brilliant.
overnight camping tour. Yes.
You're doing fabulous job.
Yes, yes. So this is how I keep doing, apart from the regular tours, which a family would like to go to a normal destination. But yes, post Corona, now I am doing a lot of offbeat destinations to nearby drivable distance, because this is what is a need of an hour, and people are just traveling to nearby places, because that is how they will build the confidence to moving out now slowly. Let's see how things shapes in future. So one more next question I would like to ask you is, what about you gifting a holiday of a women's tour to your siblings, to your mother, or some of your close friends? Have you ever thought of gifting such kind of holiday experience to any of your family members? Will it be a great idea if such things also can be done? We always give a materialistic gifts to our loved ones. So, what about gifting? Have you ever done that? Have you ever felt that, or have you ever received such kind of gifting tours?
I have done once for my friend.
Okay,
You know, yeah. So there was a gift from all of us, like our friends.
okay,
Couple to go and travel. So, but I think this entire idea of gifting holidays is a brilliant one.
okay.
And it's, you can people can buy material things, right? But
Correct. That
experiences
is
are
what.
something you remember, right?
Yes.
And when it's something that takes you, we created a lot of surprise elements in that trip, which they were not aware of, which is something that only somebody else can do for you, right? you can't
Correct.
you can't
Correct.
plan it and act surprise. So this it really gives people memories that they cannot replace with anything.
Very
So I
true.
think it's a great idea, and it should be encouraged. I mean,
Yes.
you guys, you are the flag bearers of that. You should
Yeah.
encourage this.
Yeah.
It doesn't click. It doesn't click. Like if somebody would
Correct.
have proposed this idea to me sooner, I would have gifted it to many people. So
Very
it's
true.
something that it's an idea that you guys need to throw it out there. So
Yes.
people can.
Yeah. So that is what I am working on. Maybe, post COVID days, once things become more normal, we can really work on all those things. And maybe that time I'll need your support and all. So I will certainly come back to you again for this. Okay. So another some funny questions I would like to ask you about is, not funny. So any movie which has got a word travel with you? Uh, think about
जिंदगी
any
ना
movie.
मिलेगी दोबारा.
Huh?
जिंदगी ना मिलेगी दोबारा. I think that's an epic. epic movie that anybody who is going to Spain might should watch it and then go.
And go. Yes, yes, yes. That way, yes, it was a very positive movie for us as a travel fraternity. Then people
Yeah.
and really used to
I
enjoy
think
and love that thing.
that movie really boosted your industry as well, right? A lot of
Correct,
people started doing this,
correct.
started taking. Otherwise, it was all about pre-wedding parties and those things. But then people started, oh no, we let's go for a trip, kinds. So
That's true. That's true. That's true. So, how often do you go with your family on a holiday pre-COVID days? And what do you think now? Ki
usually twice.
post-COVID, it will change now.
I
Matlab,
think we just took a break of a year, so change, of course, is going to get back to normal. We usually go for two family trips a year. One would be a long one, the other one would be a long weekend kinds trip. Then, as I said, I always go for one solo trip, which is usually a week long. And then there's a girls' trip, which is 2 or 3 nights.
okay,
So
that's
these are
nice.
these are sacrosanct. This cannot be moved. This is my routine. And apart from that, when we friends get together, we go for a couple of weekend trips. On and
Nearby.
off.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. That's
which is
nice.
close by. 3 or 4 hours of driving.
Correct, correct.
Drivable.
So, what is your dream destination? Which is your next dream destination?
So it is not dream, but yeah, this is something that I've been thinking of for many years now. My daughter is 11. I really want her to be around 13 or 14 before I take her to Northern Lights to see the Northern Lights.
Yes, yes.
And
It
we
will be a
definitely want to have, we definitely want to have the glass igloo experience.
great.
So that's the next big thing on our list.
Okay, that's great. Yes, you can do it from Finland, you can do it from Sweden, you can always do it from Alaska, and to certain points, you can always do it from Canada also. But yes, more common is from Finland and Sweden. These are the two places which you can do it from, and you should have 10 days, 12 days in your hand to cover
Yeah.
the entire thing. And certain,
That's the big thing on our list. Otherwise, all the other holidays we're really doing on and off. But we don't really sit and plan out, a lot for those. But this is one trip that we're really looking forward to and planning for years now.
yes, yes. And even when you take certain cruises towards the Northern America, towards the Alaska cruise, some of those cruises, if the itinerary dates matches, you can cover the Northern Lights with that also. So there are various options. Whenever you will plan it, you can get all such options with you. Yes. Okay. Another funny question. What will you prefer? A shopping festival in Dubai or a romantic Maldives?
Maldives, anyway.
Okay.
Shopping for me, I'm not the shopping kinds.
That's great. And Nepal and Bhutan, which was better? Though both have
Ah,
their own beauty.
they're very similar in some way, and it's not comparable, I would say. So
Correct.
I made memories in both the trips. Yes.
That's great. Any last word for our ladies, for our women travelers, for all our listeners and viewers here?
I think if you're already going on solo trips, nothing like it. But if you're not, please, please, please trust somebody like Priyanka and go for it. Experience it once, because that I can promise you it's going to be a life changing experience, right? You
Yes.
don't need to be more adventurous. You don't need to be spending a lot of money into for experiencing this. Just go for a short solo trip with her, and it's going to really change your life. In a great way.
Correct.
So you can.
Correct.
It's just a matter of 2 nights, right? If you go for a small trip, it's just a matter of 2 nights. But if it guarantees you, to do, with this experience, I think you should definitely go for it. This is
Correct.
once in a lifetime thing. If you've not done it, you must try it.
Thank you. Thank you, Bhavini. It was really nice talking to you. We really enjoyed it. And I'm sure all the listeners over here would also be getting inspired by you. Thank you for being on my show. Thanks, Bhavini. Really loved it.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.